Why is this Ford F-150 $93,895? Why is this Ram truck $74,000? Why is this Chevy truck $100,000? I can tell you why. It's probably mostly corporate greed. Sure, inflation has played a small part in the prices of these trucks, but I can guarantee you that most of these prices on the trucks the past year or two going up has just been complete and utter corporate greed and nothing else. You would expect inflation to raise truck prices by maybe $2,000 or $3,000 over the course of a couple of years, but most truck brands like Ford, Chevy, GMC, Ram, and even Toyota, some of their truck prices has gone up as high as over $20,000 compared to some of the truck prices back in 2020. And every time I go to one of these dealerships and I see these crazy prices, I almost have a heart attack just about every time. So is there an actual legitimate reason for these high truck prices, or are we all just getting ripped off? So in today's video, I'm going to go to Ford, Chevy, and Ram to see if any of these trucks are worth the price that dealerships are asking, if they have any discounts, and what is the most expensive and the cheapest truck that you can buy from each one of these manufacturers. So are truck buyers getting ripped off? Let's go find out. Now I want to start here at a Ram dealership because they actually have so many trucks that I'm not even at the dealership lot. I'm actually standing on a spare lot that they have behind like a Home Depot and a big shopping center and all that stuff. And I'm actually right now in Scottsdale, Arizona, because it's just been snowing up in Idaho like crazy, and you know, I wanted some sunshine. I've actually been to this Ram dealership before, but it was a year ago, and there's been a lot of things happening since then. They actually do have less in this overflow lot than they did a year ago, but there's still quite a lot of trucks. As you can see, there's a row that goes all the way here, another row all the way here, and it's not just filled with trucks on this, they also have a bunch of SUVs. As we walk through this area, pretty much loaded with Grand Cherokees as far as the eye can see, and even more Cherokees down here, and then a little section of Wranglers. And so it actually looks like the Wrangler has been picking up in sales, because last time I was here, this whole row down to there was full of Jeep Wranglers. Now it's just this little small section, and there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. But we're not talking about their SUVs today at Jeep. We're talking about the Ram trucks. And so we're gonna look at a few of these and see what the most expensive and the cheapest one we can find is. And I actually think we might find the most expensive one on the actual lot, not this back lot where they store all the extra stuff. But we'll give it a shot and see if we can find the cheapest one here first, and actually have a couple of ideas of which one it might be. And I also found something on this row with a diesel engine that might surprise you, because it's probably way more expensive than you thought it would be. It shocked me as well. I actually want to start with this. This is a new 2025 Ram Rebel X. And so that's a newer version of the Ram Rebel, which my cousin actually has a Ram Rebel with the V8. And I actually think the 2025 does not have a V8 anymore. And I'm honestly looking at this one first because I like the color. I think it looks cool. So I'm looking in here, and the window sticker is actually in the seat, and I can't see the price from here. I can see the original MSRP of $64,000, but that's before all of the options. Okay, I can kind of barely see it right there, but the total price for this is $74,760. $74,760. And this actually does have the inline 3-liter Hurricane twin turbo engine. No V8 noises in this one, so it takes away some of the fun out of it, I think. But 74 grand, I think that's the average price you're gonna find for a Ram. Let's see if we can find one a little bit cheaper. And that's definitely not the most expensive Ram that you're gonna find. So this one is probably less expensive. It's actually a 1500 SST in the Warlock trim package. And usually the Warlock is more supposed to be like an entry level price. And again, does have the Hurricane 6-cylinder engine, but this is going to run you $57,840, and it's a lower trim level with cloth seats and pretty much black plastic all across the front end, nothing painted or chrome or anything, but the bumper is steel, so that's kind of cool. Okay, so far $54,000 is the cheapest one that we have seen so far, so remember that number, because I think we might be hard pressed to find something less than 54, and that's one of the reasons that the Rams have been selling a little bit slower. The prices are a bit high compared to what you get for the competition. I do still think it is a really good looking truck though. And speaking of that, this one actually might be a little bit cheaper. I think it's a 2-wheel drive. It's a 1500 e-torque, and this has the 3.6 liter V6 engine, non-turbo. and it's still $53,990. So we're kind of stuck in the 50,000 range, it seems like. Here's a 1500 SST. The stickers in there again, it says $66,000. So we're going back up well over 12 grand more than the other one. A vehicle is one of the most expensive things that you can buy today. And to protect that purchase from unexpected damage, you need good car insurance. But how do you know if you're getting the best insurance rates? That's where today's sponsor, Insurify, comes in. Insurify is a smarter way to shop around for insurance, designed to help you find the best coverage in mere minutes. Insurify helps you slash your insurance bill while keeping the same or better coverage. With their easy-to-use platform, you can compare quotes in just minutes. Just choose what type of insurance you're looking for, enter your zip code, fill out some info about yourself, and choose from several options that best suit your insurance coverage needs. Insurify is fast, free, transparent, and puts insurance companies in competition for your business. I wanted to see what kind of savings I could personally get using Insurify, and when I ran all my information through their system, one of the options was actually over $20 cheaper per month than what I'm currently paying now for the same coverage. To find out if you're paying too much for your car insurance, just click the Insurify link in the description and see how much you could save. Seriously, this is a no-brainer. Go save yourself some money and click the link in the description right now. And I want to show you something real quick. 53 is the cheapest we have found so far. And I thought I found something that I thought would be really cheap. I'm talking like 30 grand maybe. And I thought it would be this two-door single cab Ram heavy-duty truck, but it's still quite pricey. It does have a long bed, it is four-wheel drive, but it's still $54,470, which I think is a little bit nuts. They need to knock at least like 15 grand off of that. And over the past few months, actually, I have seen dealerships knocking 10, 15, sometimes even 20 grand off of the Ram trucks just to get rid of them. I think we'll find a little bit more of an expensive truck right here. This is a Ram 2500 Bighorn. So we're now getting up into the higher prices. It's $76,305. But I don't know if we're gonna find anything more expensive or anything cheaper on this back lot. So let's go to the main lot and see what we can find. Because I know Ram has way, way more expensive trucks than that $74,000 one. All right, I made it to the actual main lot of the dealership. And I was talking to a salesman and he told me something interesting. We're walking over to the Ram trucks while I'm telling you this. He said that a lot of these 1500 trucks have up to $15,000 off MSRP in manufacturer rebates. And that's 2024 and 2025 models because they're just selling pretty slowly. And obviously they want to make a sale and get these off the lot and move their inventory. But we got an entire row of 1500s, here's a 2500 right here, and then they have more on the front row going all the way down here on two different sides. Now I did ask where the cheapest truck was, and he said it was right here in this corner where I'm at, and it's gonna be, I think, this white one. It is still four-wheel drive, so if it was a two-wheel drive version, obviously it'd be a couple grand less. But let's check and see what this is. So this is actually a 2025 Tradesman, and it's more of the entry level, and it has the e-torque V6 engine. And the sticker is like way down there and it's hard to see, but it's $51,605. So the new entry level Ram is over $51,000, which I actually find to be really, really crazy. And it's not the best bang for your buck. And I actually think that's one of the huge reasons that Ram is struggling. And they have to give like 10, 15, sometimes even 20 grand off the price of these trucks. I mean, as you can see, something pretty basic looking here like this 1500 SST is $61,280, which is kind of crazy. But what's even crazier is one of the more expensive and most expensive Ram trucks that you can find in it's not a 1500, it actually is jumping up into the 2500 and 3500 full-size trucks. This is a 2024 3500 Laramie Night Mega Cab 4x4, and it's $95,445. But as far as the most expensive 1500 version, I think it might be something like this, the Laramie Crew Cab at $69,220, or again, the Ram Rebels at $67,000. And I think that Rebel X was a little bit more expensive, if I recall. Here's another one of those Rebel X's. And yeah, the Rebel X so far is the most expensive 1500 that I can find on this lot. And again, I'm just going by what I can find on the lot. And it's $74,760. So obviously if the new RHO was here or a Ram TRX was on this lot, that would clearly be the most expensive 1500, but I don't see any on this lot. As I was walking around, I found something really interesting. Here's the new fully electric Charger thingy, it looks okay. Not as good as the outgoing one, and obviously it's an EV, but the price is stupid. Charger, Daytona Scat Pack, track package. On an EV, all those words make me laugh or puke all at the same time. But this thing is $85,170. For this stupid thing, just get a used Hellcat. Come on, that's crazy. As an example, they have this right here. It's a 2023 Challenger 1320 with the 392 V8. And compared to that other one, this is only $58,240. With the awesome 392 V8, why would you get the new all-electric one when you have this awesome beast right here? So it definitely looks like Ram prices are still really high. For 2025, they've gone even higher. And to get into entry level, you're still spending well over $51,000 before any of those rebates and incentives that they have, which probably brings it into the mid, like 45 range more than likely. But that brings us to the next trucks on the list. All right, we're at our second stop in this video, and that's Chevrolet here. And when I say we're looking for the most expensive and cheapest from each brand, I'm actually talking about four-door, full-size pickup trucks, because I know, you know, we could look at Rangers, we could look at Chevy Colorados, and those would be a lot less than a full-size pickup truck, but most people buy full-size trucks with 4 doors. So that's what we're looking at today, because everyone wants to do truck stuff, but also go get groceries, go to Costco, run your errands, fit the family. So trucks have become more of less utilitarian and more of like an everyday all-around vehicle. That's why they're so popular, and that's also why they keep getting more and more expensive. But let's see if we can find the most expensive Chevy we can find, and we'll also then go find the cheapest one. And I think I know where that is. But I want to start here at this lower trim level Silverado LT. It's actually in a nice blue color. I like that color. It does have a chrome bumper. It's got the side steps. It does have the more simple, less complicated tailgate, which is all you need. And let's see how much this one is. So this is a 2025, and it's actually more than I expected. 5.3 liter Ecotec V8, 10-speed auto. And it's actually $60,000, which is a lot more than I expected this trim level to be. Kind of surprising. Here's another silver LT. It's a little bit cheaper at $54,000. So we are getting a little bit cheaper, this one at $54,000, but does not have the V8. But I do see a trim that I think is going to be a bit more expensive, and that's obviously going to be a Z71. And of course, after all of their little dealer add-ons here, paint protection film, etc., this one's running $66,000. Okay, I actually did find something that is getting closer to the cheapest one that we can find. And that's this pretty much work truck spec right here behind me. As you can see, it's real basic, steel wheels, nothing fancy. It does have 4 doors and 4x4. It's probably still more than you would think, but this is probably the cheapest four-wheel drive Chevy that you're gonna find. You do get the 5.3 liter V8 engine and the 10-speed auto, and this super low spec four-wheel drive truck is gonna run you $50,445. So that's right around the price of what that low-end Ram was, but I think the Ram was a little bit nicer because that was a work truck. So right now that Ram's actually looking like a pretty good deal, which surprises me. Okay, I think I found the most expensive 1500 trim level of a Chevy, and that is the ZR2 right here. It's actually a cool looking truck. Let's see how much it is. So for this ZR2 with the 6.2 liter engine, you're looking at $70,000, and it does have the 6.2 liter V8 and a bunch of off-roady stuff. This ZR2 is like their off-roady version. I would say one step below getting like a TRX and spending 100 grand. Okay, I think I found what has to be the cheapest full-size truck that you could get, and it does look like it is a 2-wheel drive version of that work truck. You still get 4 doors, then you get the Steelies as well. Nothing fancy, just something that does the job. Okay, I was searching for the window sticker and I did just find it. It's kind of sitting right back there, and you're not going to be able to see it because it's in the back of the truck. But this 2-wheel drive work truck is $47,000. And to be honest, it should be like 35. Let's be honest. They need to knock about 10 grand off because it's just a steel box with wheels, an engine, and almost no option. But there you have it, the cheapest Chevy full-size truck that you can buy, and also the most expensive. Now, I'm curious to see though, I know we're looking at 4 doors, but I want to see how much this 2-door one is, and it does look like they sold it, which isn't surprising. Okay, now we're getting into the cheaper stuff, I really thought it would be less, but this two-door version is $41,185, and it is two-wheel drive. Now, if you're actually curious what the most expensive Chevy truck is right now, it's not the 1500. It's actually their new electric RST, and it gets pretty pricey. This black one right here is $100,700. Why is this Chevy truck $100,000? All right, I finally made it to Ford, where the prices are high and the quality is low. Unfortunately, Ford has the most recalls out of every pickup truck manufacturer, and honestly every automotive manufacturer in the world today. The last 2 years has been pretty rough on the Ford brand when it comes to recalls on their vehicles. And no vehicle is safe. Pretty much every vehicle over the last couple years has had quite a big number of recalls, engine issues, and things like that. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here at Ford to find the most expensive F-150 and also the cheapest F-150. And again, it's whatever we can find on the lot, not what you could go order from Ford's websites, because we're doing what's actually real in reality, what you can find on the dealer if you wanted to walk on the lot and buy today. Now, I want to go ahead and make an assumption here. I don't see any window stickers with discounts. You know, the dealership that I go to in Boise, Idaho, if they have a discount, they have it in the window. They don't really seem to do that much here in Scottsdale, Arizona. It seems to be like you got to talk to somebody, but let's assume some of these have discounts, but we're not really going to roll into it. We're looking at MSRPs and what that will cost you before any potential discounts that are here. And I want to start with this little row here. This is probably one of the smallest Ford dealerships that I've been to in a big city. There's some bigger ones, but they're a little further out. But they do have some lower trim levels in this section. So we're going to start and see if we can find the cheapest one real quick. And this is an XLT trim, which you have XLT and STX is kind of the lower trim levels. You also have an XL, but those are more of unicorns to find on the lot. These must have just got delivered because there's no window stickers, but I know there's a few more over here that might have some window stickers in them. But while I was walking to find the cheaper ones, I did find this trimmer with some side steps, with some nice wheels, the whole F-150 trimmer package. And I gotta say, it is a good looking truck. However, it's one of the most expensive F-150 trim packages that you can get. And this is a brand new 2025 4x4 Super Crew with the EcoBoost engine that's in pretty much everything. But here's where sticker shock comes into play. The MSRP is $80,610. $80,610 for a trim level of an F-150. Honestly, I don't care how nice the leather, that's just a little bit extreme. But it does look like right next to it is one of the cheaper F-150s that you can buy. This is a 2025 STX trim package. Actually, something funny that I noticed here, the really expensive $80,000 trimmer has this colorful gold grill insert, but this less expensive STX also has an insert, which is basically the same, just a different color. And of course, this trimmer has some nice leather, and this one is just cloth. But honestly, cloth seats are totally fine. They're gonna feel the same on your butt. And this is a nice, pretty blue color that I honestly really like. Now, the one difference here is that this is a two-wheel drive. So for all you people who just need a two-wheel drive truck, this is about what an STX will cost you. And this is actually a 2024, so it's been on a lot for a little bit. And it's gonna run you $48,330. And it also has the smaller 2.7 liter EcoBoost engine, so it's not gonna be as speedy. And then also right next to it, just 2 trucks away, is a 4-wheel drive version of the STX. And the window sticker is actually in the back seat. And this one does have the bigger EcoBoost engine, and that's actually gonna run you $54,000 for this white STX right here with the larger EcoBoost engine and 4-wheel drive. All right, so far around 48 is the least expensive one I've found so far. And then we're gonna go to the most expensive F-150 because I know exactly where that's at, and it's more than $80,000. But we've got one more row here of some lower trim levels. And this one actually here is an XLT. And I think the XLT might be cheaper than the STX, but I just wanna check. And the windshield sticker's on the other side on the floorboard. Let's go see. So this XLT is a 2-wheel drive with the 2.7 liter smaller engine. And it's actually more than the STX. And the window sticker is like down there on the floor. I don't know if you can see it, but it says $52,680. So it looks like the STX is probably at $48,000, the cheapest one that you can find. And again, it goes over 50 if you wanted a four-wheel drive. So honestly, I don't think we're gonna find any truck cheaper than that 4x2 STX as far as like the four-door versions of the truck goes. But let's walk over here to the most expensive F-150 trim level that you can buy, and it's kind of crazy. And without any shock to anyone, that's gonna be the F-150 Raptor. Now, back at Ram, obviously, if you got a TRX, that's well over $100,000, but there wasn't one on the lot that I could show you. But just keep that in mind that the TRX, I think a new one, 25, is like 110 to 120, which is kind of crazy. So that makes the Raptor actually, when you compare those two, look like a bargain if you're looking in that TRX versus Raptor territory. But these are all pretty much the same trim, all around the same price. And I want to look at this red one just because I know the window sticker is right in the side. And obviously with the Raptor, you get the crazy suspension, the 37-inch KO2s. There's some tow hooks down there on the bottom, and it looks like there's some rigid fog lights in there as well on the bumper. And of course, this has the really fast 3.5 liter EcoBoost high output engine and the 10-speed auto transmission. And be aware that this is a 2024. I haven't seen a 2025 Raptor just yet, and this MSRP will run you $93,895. So there you have it. Right now on this particular lot, the cheapest F-150 was STX for around $47,000, $48,000. And then you had that other trim level that was $80,000. And then of course you have well over $90,000, almost $95,000 for the new Ford Raptor. So right now it looks like for the same price as that Chevy work truck, the white one, you could actually get a full-size Ford F-150 with actually a little bit nicer of an option. So despite Ford being the highest in most prices, it looks like, I mean, I guess the STX F-150 is gonna be your best bet. And I do know that at the dealership by my house in Boise, Idaho, they had up to $7,000 off of some of those. So you could get that, you know, well below 40 grand, depending on what dealership you find and what incentives and things like that. So with all that said, and the whole point of this video is I want to know from you, do you think all of these truck prices in 2025 are just a huge ripoff and you're not getting the bang for your buck that you used to just 4 years ago? So leave that in the comments. Let me know if these prices are just a ripoff and just insane. And obviously, if some of these dealers have to mark them down 10, 15, sometimes even 20 grand like Ram, that's a clear signal that honestly, these prices are way too high. It is a ripoff, and people are just not gonna buy something when they feel like they're getting ripped off, especially if the quality on everything has gone down on these trucks. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you like it so it reaches more people. Hit subscribe so you don't miss a video, and I'll see you in the next one.